Terve. My name is Laurynas and I come from Lithuania. I was actually put on the spot over here just to share briefly about my story with Jesus, how I encountered him and how I started getting interested in apologetics. And you'll learn in a second what that is if you don't know yet. So I came to faith around 6 years ago in Lithuania, mostly by having discussions with people who are already Christians and by reading the Bible. Also after some injuries that I suffered as a basketball player, because basketball was my god, so to say, quote unquote. And when it was dethroned because of some injuries, I started thinking more about life and deep questions of life. And then I encountered some missionaries and I started reading the Bible by myself. And the verse that touched me the most was Ephesians chapter 2, verses 8 through 10 that say that you have been saved. We have been saved through, by grace through faith and not by our own works. And I encountered Jesus. I fell in love with him immediately. And all I wanted to do was just to serve him. So almost immediately after that, I started working with this Christian organization that's called Agape, or in the US, they're known by the name Crew, or Campus Crusade for Christ. And my job was basically to go to universities in Lithuania and share the good news with the students there, and also help Christian students grow in their faith. And while we were doing that, and I was a young Christian, the students at different universities were starting to ask questions when we would share the gospel. For example, why should I believe in Jesus? How can Jesus be the only way? How do I know that God exists? Why should I trust the Bible? Or how do I know that Jesus resurrected? And so on. And I started researching those questions because those were the same questions that I actually had as a young Christian. And this is how I came across this field called apologetics. And apologetics is a transliteration of a word apologia from Greek, and it means to give an answer or to give a verbal defense. And actually we are mandated by the Bible in 1 Peter 3:15 to give an answer to anyone who asks us for the hope that is living in us, but to do it with gentleness and respect and keeping a clear conscience. So when I started learning a bit more about apologetics, I started watching YouTube videos, taking notes and things like that. And I would immediately, when I would encounter students at university, I would be able to answer their objections or answer their questions, and I would grow in my faith also. And I started doing seminars on this topic, just gathering material and giving it to people. And eventually I started this organization called Apologetiikka.lt in Lithuania, and just to help people get grounded in their faith, and also so that Christians would be a bit more on fire sharing the gospel, because some of us, if we don't know good answers to the tough questions that we get, we are unwilling to share the gospel with others because we're afraid. And we shouldn't be, because Christianity offers the best answers there is to the life's deepest questions. And of course, our biggest and the greatest answer is Jesus himself. So I just want to encourage all of you to start doing a little bit of research, maybe look a bit deeper into that, what apologetics is. And you can find plenty of information in English. If you want to check some information in Lithuanian, of course, you can go to apologetiikka.lt and just get equipped to give good answers to the people that are asking about their Christian faith, who are inquiring, because I believe that, I probably know for sure that Finnish people are also eager to learn those answers to the life's deepest questions that they have, because everybody needs them. They have the questions, Jesus has the answers. We need to learn a bit more about that and then just share it with the world. And I hope and I know that it's going to help you grow in your faith as well. So please look into it, look into Gospel First, contact the people there. They can give you some resources that are necessary. And we just need to be, as a church, more intellectually engaged with the world, because those are also the spiritual weapons that we have: logic, reason, arguments. And if you think that it's not necessary, then I would argue otherwise, and the Bible would argue against you as well, because Apostle Paul went into synagogues to reason with the Jews, and he was proving that Jesus is the Messiah from the scriptures. Jesus was using apologetics, so to say. Apostles were using apologetics, early Christians were using apologetics, and we need to do it today as well. So I hope this will be helpful to you, and have a very blessed day, and study apologetics and get those, as in Lithuanian, I have it here. Pagrįstas tikėjimas, this means reasonable faith. And our slogan in Lithuania is tikri atsakymai tikrus klausimus. That means real answers to real questions. And people in Finland have those real questions, and we can provide those real answers to them.